Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have an Outskirts public match for you, but before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So, server pop, right now it's 240, and the imbalance is 7 towards the CSA side. However, a lot of people still deciding what side they want to be on. Artillery-wise, Confederates have 12, Union have 9. So that imbalance right now is more looking like, well, it keeps changing, so I can't figure out the number, but it's pretty much even, 2 off, so not that bad. Anyways, with that all being said, let's get into the match here. So contention, 15 minutes on the clock for the gold timer, where they'll be fighting over a randomly chosen point, which is this one. And if a team captures the point and they hold it for 7 minutes, they will knock their opponent down a whole morale stage. And obviously the opponent can contest that. They can decap the point, raise their flag if they want to. If nobody has the point captured, when the clock hits 0, the gold timer hits 0, new point will be chosen at random. However, if you're capturing the point or are decapping it, the game will let you finish that action out if the clock hits 0. Which, one other thing, our officers for today, for the CSA side, you have My Name Ryder, you have Viceroy of Texas Owens, Catman, and for the artillery you have Spartan Grant. Whereas on the Union side, it looks like there's no officer there. Collins, Misfortune, Ba, and for the artillery you have Zophai. So, let us get it. CSA getting advantage with this first point. I don't know if I've seen contention on this map. If that's the case, I mean, if that's not true, then it's been a long time. I've seen Conquest on this a good few times, but usually don't see contention in private events that often. And it's not like you see contention, especially on Harper's Ferry, that often. If anything, you'll see it on Antietam. So, CSA kind of spreading out, raising the cap first. It's an interesting map just because of how wide open it is. I mean, literally, there's really no cover except for in the camp, and you can shoot through those tents. So, it's nothing too significant there. Anyway, CSA get that first cap, and they are going to pull off the point a little bit. They're going to try to find cover. Also, maybe just get a little further back to avoid the ticket loss. We got Viceroy, Catman, and Owens. Their guys are positioned along the rocks. Union right now, it doesn't look like it, but they have a slight, slight elevation change here. It doesn't really provide a whole lot of cover for them. But you got Jay Collins, his guys are there. Over to the right here, shifting over to at least a little cover. You got Ba using those trees and shade as something. Meanwhile, you have Union over here in the rocks. So, nice part about contention is that you're not losing tickets while the flag is capped. And so, if you're trying to retake the point, you have time to do it. And generally in contention, you'll see teams dive bomb the point trying to decap it. But what happens is when your team is dive bombing the point, you'll stick around the flagpole, not wipe your opponent entirely in a melee. Meanwhile, your opponent is just shooting you down on the point and normally get slaughtered. So the only way Union's really going to break through this is if they wipe CSA and then decap and capture the point. Union could also be like, we're not going to win this point, and they might purposely lose it because it's the game of contention comes down to whoever can cap the first 2 points total. So you can lose a point and capture the next 2 and still be in a perfectly fine place. So it's the first to 2 caps. And the reason why Union might give it up, even though they're losing a whole morale stage, is you wouldn't want to charge in, die a lot, lose a lot of tickets doing that, and then lose a whole morale stage on top of it. So that's really the only amount of strategy you have in this, kind of outside the normal fighting combat of trying to position yourself in a nice spot, which Union's gotten in a little flank here. Looks very nice. It's a little far, but CS has got some rocks at least to use that as cover.
There you go. Georgia, into the fire, into the woods, east. Georgia, light them up. It's fine. We did a little bit of a silly move, but it's fine.
Hey, Luffy, you might want to get out of the open, my guy. You're probably gonna get shot.
Right, shoot these ones coming out into
So
the
CSA kind of forming a little L here. You got some more guys coming down from the top. This might. It's a tiny infantry group. You got a lot of art guns over here at Caissons anyways. Don't really see those used too often. I mean, you do see CSA artillery located all over there. Meanwhile, Union artillery is located right there. The Union trying to turn the flank of CSA, which is a very good idea. I mean, if you're looking at least from a Union perspective down here, it is a little angled elevation-wise, so most shots are probably going to go high, especially since bullets rise at closer ranges. But, I mean, when you shoot down this line, you're probably going to hit someone, assuming you shoot down the line. Why did you just team kill the flag?
Redress the lines. New line come down. New line come down. Get the flag up. Is this our flag or their flag?
Enemy flag, enemy flag.
What?
Some idiot ran over it with it.
Oh my goodness!
We got some Yanks off to our northeast.
A Yankee guy trolled it, brought that flag over, and just died there. So Union's without a flag, they can't get respawned. So the guys that die in that company are going to spawn back at main, which for them isn't too far, but Union wants to attempt a melee at this point. They got to have guys respawning in that melee.
Got one of them fuckers. Move up, all of you guys move up, all of you
You
guys.
can't charge in without mobile respawns when your opponent has those respawns. So it's going to be difficult for Union to break through. Union can get the flag back, obviously, by picking it up, but there's also a 5-minute despawn timer on it. And so if you wait 5 minutes, it'll despawn, someone can spawn back in with it at main. And then move out again. So the Union flank is starting to push CSA back a little bit.
Spread out the line.
They're getting great shots, and Union's probably just going to inch their way, maybe even push up to those rocks now that CSA is kind of pulling off of it. And Union shots are doing good so far. They're winning on the ticket battle as well. Both sides have the same amount of tickets when you start the round.
You gotta get deflated. It doesn't look like you got enough strength to stand up, stand up.
We don't have enough later.
But we'll see what happens.
Come over here, guys.
And Union looks like they're trying to make an effort on this side. Even though CSA's this side of the line is getting pushed back, CSA still has a lot of guys over here. So just because Union has some momentum doesn't mean much. And honestly, Union having a ticket lead right now is pretty good. That means CSA won't necessarily be up a whole morale stage when Union loses this flagpole, which Union's got a minute and a half to take it. But we're almost getting to a point where teams need to set themselves up for success and give themselves the best opportunity to get to that next point. So you have a point of contention over there in the readout. We have the point that we're fighting over right now. Also got one there, one a little further down that way, one inside of the backyard of this house, and then last one by CSA artillery. So Union setting up a line here is very good. It puts themselves between CSA and a lot of the possible next points, which is really good to see. I don't know why these guys are pouring all the way over here. They're going to get lucky if this is the next point, but this is, the probability says that this is a bad place to be. And that's the thing with contention, is that the points are chosen at random. There is no, like, you don't have any idea where the next point is going to be. For better or for worse, it can be frustrating, but I think that kind of makes it a little exciting, you might say. It's just you don't know where it's going to be, and so when the next point hits, you're like, oh crap, there's the next point, and you just go. You'll see teams often run parallel with each other as they go to the point. It's funny to see.
We're almost capping we've almost capped the next point anyway. Boys, look down this line right there. They're all going to be popping out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 there.
They're coming, boys. Light them up. Aim low.
So, next point's going to be chosen. And where will it be? Yeah, so it's all the way over there. So, Union should maybe get a jump on this. We'll see who moves quicker. CSA looks to be the first to moving. And that's the thing. Look at these guys. They're so out of position now. Right? They might have moved over there to get a great flank on the CSA, but what is that flank doing for you now? Nothing. You have more Union kind of shifting this way. Both sides are still kind of staying put, maybe not realizing where the next point is.
Good shit, good shit, good shit. Keep that spacing up, keep that
Shmoo here, he's having his guys sit and shoot.
Excellent, guys. Excellent spacing. Great job, great job. Keep shooting them. Keep shooting
But-
them, guys. They're pushing right. They're pushing right.
Why are they
break reload? Break reload.
Why-
About face. Push left. Push left.
Why are you going left? Oh, maybe they're going to run around and hit him from behind, but... that looks bad. The thing is, Union was set up so nicely to get to this point first, but CSA is going to get there first, and it isn't going to be close. You do have this Union group that is moving outward, but...
Not looking right. I'm not looking right.
If you ignore your
I looked right. I looked right.
You weren't supposed to look right.
I looked right.
So yeah, I like the decision from Ba here. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but you're not winning this point in a melee, and so at least getting some tickets in the process isn't a terrible idea. But they're going to sit and shoot for now. CS is starting to... Look at Union. They're still... Why are they still sitting all the way over there? Looks like they're just starting to move out, but... that doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, over on the point, the one Union group that actually went over right away is slowly getting pressurized. More and more CSA are shifting over here to get shots. You got artillery shooting at them too. And you hear buck and ball from CSA, which, yikes, if they have buck and ball. Why is Union sitting here and shooting?
Keep up the fire, gentlemen. Okay, guys. Keep up the fire. Independent fire.
What?
NCO, do you want to call a volley? Would you like to call a volley in this regiment?
Union's going to get curb stomped. This is going to be a 2-3 point game. This is abysmal here. CSA getting closer and closer on this Union group. They're just starting to outshoot. You rarely see groups being able to outshoot other groups today, but I mean, when you outnumber them 2-3 to 1, you're going to be able to outshoot them. I mean, that flag spawns a guy in every 5 seconds, but... Oh my goodness, artillery finished them off. Seriously, what is the Union doing here? Oh, now they're moving out. That's good to see. Progress. But Union's down a flag, and... I mean, being down a flag in any scenario is bad, but...
Shit, guys. Let's go on the sprint.
In these game modes where the map is so big, and especially because you lost it in CSA artillery, CSA is not going to necessarily give that up. But CSA has that point cap. They're close to hitting Union and taking losses. Union's also pushing around on this side. Jay Collins. That's the thing, too, is Confederates have been acting as one unified team. And that's really how you play contention. There's only one tiny point you have to defend. It's not like you have less tickets in skirmish when you're a defender. Everyone has even tickets. And so you can kind of put a line and just, as a team, and just bunch up and shoot when you capture that point. You don't need to do some crazy spread out defenses. Sure, someone can go around you and shoot at you, but that's not really going to do a whole lot from a distance. So, I don't know. It looked good for Union for a second, and then they just didn't want to fight over the thing that matters. I mean, Union still has time to contest this point, but they're spreading out so much that CSA could probably pick them apart in detail if they choose to. And if Union does try to charge in and take this point, are they going to be able to time it together? I mean, the only way these guys, officers, are communicating is through the in-game text chat or voice chat. Probably not voice chat, though, as they're all so far apart, unless they're in a Discord call, which I doubt that's the case. You rarely, if ever, will see that. So, you got Ba going for the flank around. I mean, this point's almost halfway capped. There's really not much more to say. I mean, balance ain't even that bad. I mean, if anything, the numbers are perfectly even. It's a 6-man balance initially, but Confederates have 7 more guys on artillery, so Union right now has 1 more infantry guy than the CSA, which we know one man makes a huge difference in war of rights. That's kind of the beauty of the game, though, is that you cannot individually, unless you're an officer, you could argue, individually win. Even when you're an officer, you can't individually win. Because sure, you have a pistol which can kill 6 guys, but that's really the most you can do. Maybe get a stab or 2 off. But the officers have to talk and agree as a team for what they're going to do. And so there's the individualism in this game is kind of stripped away.
Do I aim down? How do I know if I'm aiming correctly?
You just guess. Even if you miss, you're gonna suppress them either way. You want to aim for like their nuts or knees. Your bullets rise every time.
Get your shot directly on their chest. Aim for their chest.
You just heard the NCO say shoot at their knee,
It sucks not having my
and they also say shoot at their chest.
Which guns do we
Keep
have?
lighting him up, boys. Keep it in.
That great communication there.
For, like, their nuts.
Now, yeah, at this distance, you want to shoot kind of towards their waistline, because at this distance, the shot usually rises, assuming flat ground. And this is kind of downhill from where Union's at, so Union probably wants to aim at their kneecaps, but they would probably hit the grass, if anything. You can see a couple shots are. Union is approaching closer on this front, just trying to shoot them down. Both sides about to drop to their next stage. So outside of that morale stage drop from the flagpole, there hasn't been a whole lot of separation in terms of normal ticket loss. CSA pushes up on this side and Union pulls back.
Don't do that. You know what? Actually, hey, next video we're gonna start.
I mean, it's going to help that some CSA has buck and ball, which is basically that shotgun. 4 to 5 pellets. Even at medium ranges, it's still very
Spread
good.
out, hit D and R when you spawn.
Because again, each pellet acts as its own suppressor. When you shoot at someone or by them, it'll suppress them a little bit. And it's not like buck and ball. Each pellet that shot is diminished by like a 4th or a 5th of the amount of shots that there is. No, each individual pellet will suppress the same, to my knowledge. So CSA getting closer, trying to shoot on you. Union's going to charge them, but Union trickling in this charge. CSA's got a nice little line here. And in 2 or so minutes, Union is about to hit breaking. And so Union's not going to win this game. Rest CSA on the top side is starting to collapse down as well. CSA might get 2 Union flags here. One of the Union flags. Oh, he stopped. He's running back in. What are you doing? See, if you are a flag bearer and your fight starts losing and you start running away, just keep running away. It's better to run away and keep the flag for your team than losing the flag in a melee, because you'll see flag bearers a lot. They'll start retreating, stop and turn around. It's human instinct to turn around and be like, am I safe? But 99% of the time, you're not safe. And you just need to keep running until you know you're by friendlies, like, are 100% confident, or your officer says something to that man. So, that's a common flag mistake. And it's hard to beat your own instinct. So, another similar thing is when you get guys shooting at like independent fire or volley from long distances, you'll see everyone aim for the center of their opponent line. Shouldn't do that. If you're on the left of the line, aim left of your opponent's line. If you're on the right side, aim right. You're just trying to aim center. Because a lot of times you'll see shots shred down the middle, and the center of the line will be destroyed for an opponent, but the rest of the line will be fine. So CSA cap. They're gunning it over to the next point, which is... Where's the next point? Oh my... There's an officer flag on it. That made a lot of sense. It was like, why is the point invisible? I see the guys running this way, but... Anyways. CSA on this point pretty quickly. Union still sitting and shooting. You can't win these games if you move slow, and Union acts like they almost don't care about the flags. They're just like, lolly day, we're just gonna have a sit and shoot off. Here's the thing, right? Jay Collins is selling orders, and maybe only the first 4 or 5 guys can hear him. There you go. That's another thing too, is officers will say an order and go. you as an officer, you gotta repeat stuff like 3, 4, 5 times so that people understand what's going on, and then do the action. Obviously, sometimes you can't do it if you need an immediate reaction to something, sure, but anyways, CSA kind of forming their defensive line. Union again shooting from the perimeter. Not that Union's going to win the game at this point. They got to win the next 2 caps, but before that, they're going to hit last stand. That's why the first to 2 points captured, you will win the game 99% of the time. Is because you knock your opponent 2 morale stages down. That's basically halfway. Normally, in an engagement, too, you lose a whole morale stage due to tickets in that same time frame, which has happened in this match. Assuming it's 2 points. If it's 3 points, you probably lose a morale stage and a half, maybe a little more. But you're basically at last stand after your opponent captures 2 points. If not, at a middle to high breaking. And when you're down by that much, it's really hard to come back. Because the moment Union hits last stand here, they can't respawn at that point, and CSA will win. Like, even if Union wins this point and starts winning the next point, CSA is going to have shot them down 3/4 of the morale stage. So, this was a very lackluster performance from Union. They didn't try. But, hey, you live and learn. That's hopefully what we can at least do here in a sense. Nice Union already shot. Union already shot. Union shooting already from the boulevard. Readout. They're getting a good hit or 2. Fortunately, it's not going to do a whole lot, but... I mean, Union's got to charge, right? They have not tried charging a point once today. Union artillery has gotten closer to any cap point for the Union. That was right on the money. That was long, steady. So, is Union going to make an effort? So, another big part of this game is a little thing called communication. Do we see the whole Union team charging? No, we see one group falling back, a lot holding in the center, and then one just charging in here. And this is not going to do anything but bring Union closer to last stand. Look at how trickled out this is.
Oh shit,
Come here, pussy.
Oh, sorry.
Come here, pussy.
So the rest of the Union's inching forward. They're trying to get better shots. CSA has a little better ground. They have the trees, some rocks, and the shade. Shade's very nice in this game. Yeah, the command structure is completely broken down in this company. They're sitting in a crappy spot. No officer, no flag to spawn guys there. This is just bad. So, if CSA cap the point when Union is in breaking, it'll hit them to lost stand instantly. But if CSA shoot the Union down to last stand, the point will go to 3/4 of the way capped automatically, assuming it's not there yet. But if the cap finishes out while Union is in last stand, CSA will win the game. So CSA, if they want to try to finish the game now, they could try to charge Union out to get them in the last stand right now. They've got 2.5, 3 minutes to do that. And if they all mass charge, it's definitely possible. But they don't need to do that. It's just if they want to win the game a little quicker.
Independent fire. Hey Daz, has our flag despawned yet? What's going on with our flag? Can we respawn a new flag in?
It already despawned. It's already here.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Okay, gentlemen, keep up the independent fire. The silhouettes between the trees, gentlemen. Aim at the felt buckle. Aim at the felt buckle.
I was behind enemy lines and I got that flag for us.
Good man, thank you, sir.
Good job, Drone.
Should I get
Guys,
the
pick
other
up this
flag?
flag. Thank you, sir.
It's not really gonna matter in about
Gentlemen.
a minute. It's fine.
The unfortunate. Man. It's always nice when you play a game for the first time. The excitement around it.
Oh shit, oops, my bad, sorry, I was looking at you.
What? You were
My
seriously
bad.
this way the whole time? God damn.
Oh no, no.
Drummer.
That's crazy.
Really, man? Are you really gonna fuck with me the whole time? Come on now. Really? I stepped up and I led these men.
Holy shit, whoa, pick the flag up. Oh, pick it up. Don't leave this
Guys,
in,
get the flag up.
Smooth. I don't know if I should say that. Someone's talking a lot of smack for doing a lot of losing. That's all I'll say. Anyways, it is commendable to try being officer. It's not easy being an officer by any means, but... And maybe this is the first time for all I know, but... Union did not... I mean, it was a whole Union team effort that they did not... they... I don't even know. This was... CSA might just shoot Union down to the last stand. They've got... a little over a minute to do that. And Union hasn't even tried charging in that, so it just seems Union's gonna finish this round how they start it. They are going to sit back and have a jolly good show with a shootout. So maybe we're gonna see a Union effort here on the left side.
Like right now.
They're getting a little closer.
Regardless. So literally in right now to point. They need to go in like 30 seconds ago. It's not gonna be enough time to keep cap.
So is Union gonna hit last stand before CSA cap? Either round's gonna finish in like 10 seconds or the round's gonna go for another few minutes. Union's charging in. Ah, no. So we got a few more minutes here. So CSA force Union into last stand with that cap. If a guy dies, they don't come back, and Union's just having one last charge. The first time they charge is at the last second of the game. And Union, at least on this side, is barely winning. CSA overwhelming on the other side, though.
How fucking dare you?
Is there any more left?
And so, how this works is that CSA basically needs to wipe every single Union person to end the round. You got to wipe basically everyone but 3 people. The CSA, like mentioned earlier, they can cap the point, and they'll start 3/4 of the way capped, and they just hold for a minute and a half, and they can win. Which, that next point is all way back in the artillery, but it seems that CSA just wants to wipe and finish this out. Yeah, Union's just going. Union's just gonna slowly die here. What? I mean, am I in Union chat?
Yeah, I can get that run. Oh, he did. He died real quick.
I'm gonna come.
I mean, one officer says my company didn't do good. We had a bad start. Yeah, that's the thing. Union just sat there the entire time, and they just didn't charge. They even tried for the point. You can understand not trying to go for the first point, but that second point, Union just sat and watched the CSA go cap it, which is abysmal. So, wow. Slow shootout here. CSA not going for the point. They're just trying to hit him in the last stand. Maybe they charged out the artillery as well for Union. Yep, they have. So, wow.
The Union will remember this day. Take down as many Reds as you can.
Shit.
Anyways, regardless of all that, a great round from CSA. I mean, they played good despite Union's not doing anything at all. But with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. We have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, X, and Instagram. All those lovely links in the description. But regardless of all that, I'm going to say that a few more times. But regardless, I appreciate you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.